you know today is the 3rd year anniversary of the arrival of Kevin the Cube to the Fortnite Island? Hit the thumbs up button in the next 5 seconds to wish happy birthday to Kevin, as today we're going to be going in depth as to when and how the return of the cube will happen within this season, the final few weeks left. But that's not all. The mothership has abducted yet another POI off the Fortnite Island, and a huge glitch is plaguing Battle Royale with today's new update. Did you know Epic Games are actually giving a little nod to the fact that Kevin's 3rd birthday is today? I've got a few skins that I've missed out that I need to go ahead and pick up. Welcome, Morty. Of course, if you're picking up anything in the store, spend a second entering code Ali. I really appreciate it. We've got the new edition of this set, which looks incredible. In fact, I think I'm going to use that in today's video. I think this is one of the skins they sent out as a questionnaire and showed as a concept. It's honestly sick, and I'm using it. Anyway, I'm getting slightly sidetracked here. All of these new skins are incredible, but if we go all the way to the top, take a look at this. On screen here is the very first dark Fortnite skin ever. The Dark Bomber specifically. Now, the first time we saw the cube within Fortnite Battle Royale, the Bright Bomber went ahead and touched the cube and was turned into this dark version of the skin. This is no coincidence that she's in the store today. As I've said, the 3rd birthday of Kevin the Cube, and in-game files have been updated for the return of the cube this season. The store's going to continue to see more collabs in the form of J Balvin getting an incredible icon skin that'll be coming out in a few days' time, and let's not forget the leaked Will Smith skin from Bad Boys will also be coming. The store is going crazy right now. Now, there isn't one but two giant things left to happen this season, and we know what both of them are going to be. Number one is all to do with the giant mothership above us. The ultimate goal for the Imagined Order is to take this thing down, and thanks to leaks, we know that however they're going to do it, it will cause a lot of destruction to the Fortnite Island. I'll come back to that a bit later. The second big thing is the cube itself actually arriving on the Fortnite Island, and we know where it's going to be, at least some point this season. And in-game updates today have given us more information on how it could possibly arrive. Right now, if you haven't already, can we all press F in the chat to pay our respects for the goodbye of Coral Castle? Almost all of it is gone. The main epicenter of Coral Castle is here, and actually can still play the old tunes. I was sure the aliens would want to abduct that, but apparently it wasn't on their priority list. Now, this is not the final place to be abducted. I can tell you right now that although we have lost both Coral Castle and Slurpee, their next target is going to be Corny Complex. So if you love that place, enjoy it whilst you can, because it's going to be going soon. Now, aside from the cube and the mothership, which are two of the biggest things yet to happen this season, we've also got the reintroduction of Wild Week. That kicked off for the very first time last Thursday, with the addition of suppressed weapons being added back into the game, including the suppressed Scar. And for the first time in, I think, almost 3 years, we got the legendary variation of the suppressed pistol. Yes, that epic moment where your boy hit the most cracked out 360 kill you've ever seen in the history of Fortnite. 360. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. However, this Thursday, we'll be getting a new one, and the hint we've got so far from the official Fortnite account is that the Imagined Order are discussing how to jump them into the next Wild Week. My best guess is bounce pads returning, or maybe even the flintlock. Fan favorite weapons. It would be awesome to see back in the game. Make sure you subscribe and see what the next Wild Week is, and all of the latest updates that are happening in Fortnite. Now, today's Fortnite update was probably the most underwhelming update we've had in a long time. Do not fear though, lots more content will be coming this season. It did introduce though a very weird glitch, where as you're flying onto the map, as you can see here from Glitch King giving us a good example, people were just instantly being killed and eliminated and sent back to the lobby, and it meant that you'd land on the map and it'd only be like 10-20 people actually able to play. Probably the easiest chance you will ever get of being able to get a victory royale this season. That glitch is currently still being worked on. Hopefully it's all okay. We can go ahead and keep on playing Fortnite normally, but it was a very weird glitch and not anything we expected to see with this update. Now, with all of the hype right now around the mothership and what it's going to be doing, and only small hints so far about the cube, well, I mean, the big one was the fact that it was literally shown in the Ariana Grande concert, which I've mentioned so many times. But alongside that, there is also a huge leak that we've been following throughout this season and referencing a lot, and almost all of it is coming true. Bit by bit, every single information in this post is becoming deadly accurate. And one of the things in that post is that the cube will return within Season 7. So that's this season, which is why I'm focusing on it so much. It will literally be happening within the next 3 weeks. If you're thinking, well, why 3 weeks? The end of this season is 12th of September. Can you believe it? It is sneaking up on us so fast. And the weird thing is, the 12th of September is actually a Sunday. Typically, we see end of seasons and new seasons roll on. Previously Thursdays, but more often than not recently Tuesdays. The Sundays is just, it's throwing us all off again. In fact, the last time we saw a really big event on the weekend was, of course, when we went into the dark hole and Fortnite went offline for days and days and days. So that in itself is a very interesting sign. If I was a betting man, I'd say the fact that the 12th of September is set to be the last day, that will mean that most likely we'll be going straight into downtime after the live event, which is something we've seen before previously, and then going into the new season probably the next morning on Monday, which will be the 13th of September. Now, alongside with this update, people have been digging and Fortnite files are in-game. I'm heading over to the known locations. The cube will definitely be at some point during Chapter 2, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it'll actually spawn in there. It just means it will be there at some point. Now, talking about the two big events this season with the mothership and also the cube, the two things could happen very much together, or they could be their own things. I mean, for content's sake, I'm always excited about the idea of multiple things happening. So if there were two events to be happening within this season, that would be very exciting. But if I was a betting man, I'd probably say the bigger likelihood is that the two will coincide with each other in some sort of way. So we could see the entrance of the cube and the destruction of the mothership all at the same time within the live event this season. And I've got a theory as to how these two things could coincide with each other. If we end up seeing the cube arriving separately, it could very much be a big throwback to how it arrived 3 years ago now. Fun fact, I actually remember. I never liked to travel when Fortnite was in its prime. Having fun over there, mate. 3 years ago, if you were missing a Fortnite update, you were missing out on millions and millions of views. But I was in Florence with Claire, and randomly, out of nowhere, the cube just suddenly appeared on the map. I jumped out of a hot tub we were in and recorded a vlog to camera in our hotel room right there and then, giving you guys the lowdown on what on earth is this thing on the Fortnite island. Now, back then, it arrived through a rift in the sky. Now, if we look at the sky right now, I mean, apart from the fact the mothership's blocking it, there's obviously no rifts in the sky. However, an audio line has been updated, specifically named Impact Large. What was it like when the cube entered the island? The arrival of it was huge. So in-game files are already there, getting ready for this cube to be coming right in front of our very noses. And when it arrived last time, it didn't arrive with much of a warning. Suddenly there was a rift, and then there was a lot of crackling, and then the cube appeared. Talking of the rift, in-game files for rifts in the sky have also been updated. And as we know, rifts aren't currently in the sky. So to see them re-enabled, adjusted and updated yet again could mean that we're going to see the exact same entrance of the cube as we did 3 years ago, which would be, if anything, a great throwback and just really exciting. Now, as we go from this season to next season, it's worth noting that we'll also be going into Halloween period. Halloween in general and everything to do with the cube and other things that relate to the cube, specifically zombies, for example, are a big part of the theming for the cube. And they're getting ready for that already with the re-enabling and updating of files surrounding Horde Rush. Now, Horde Rush, for those of you guys that don't know, is all about zombies, and all specifically about zombies that come out of the cube spires dotted around the Fortnite map. I mean, at this point, guys, come on. Have I told you guys enough? I think it is safe to say we all know the cube's going to be returning. It's just literally how and when this season. Next season will fall under October. I mean, it's almost guaranteed it's going to be a very dark theme to next season. Whether or not you're a big fan of Halloween or not, the skins that we get and the updates that we get are always really exciting. Now, I have a big theory, and I've talked about it here on the channel recently as well, and the mothership, I believe, is super important. We've seen inside the mothership, and currently it'll actually have Coral Castle inside it. Poor Coral Castle, rip in the chat. But we've seen inside it prior to that, in the weirdest way, Chapter 1 POIs within the mothership. This is the very first time we've seen direct, completely unaltered versions of the Chapter 1 island linked in and shown within the Chapter 2 world, meaning that there is definitely a connection and some sort of tie between the two chapters together, and his mothership is holding a butt ton of secrets. How many of you guys actually bother to go ahead and craft anything this season, by the way? Crafting will almost definitely be carrying on to next season, by the way. It's a big part of what Fortnite have built out into the game, so definitely expect craftables to be continuing. But going back to the mothership, this thing, the stuff inside it is a giant, almost TARDIS, like time lock of crazy events, POIs, and things that, if they were to be unleashed on the Fortnite island, would change it massively. I mean, even now, if it crashed and the innards of the mothership were to be leaked onto the map, we would have Chapter 1 parts of the map on the island already. The POI leaks that we know for next season include pyramids, which in itself is so exciting, and I've done a video talking about that more. The shadow cubes that you can grab and turn into shadow persons, which are basically cube-infected parts of the island, and then a crash site, which is the crashed mothership itself. The other possibility is that when this mothership inevitably crashes on the Fortnite island, maybe in the live event this season, the cube from within it, potentially it's in there, it's been abducted and been stored away, we just haven't seen it yet, could be freed and brought back to the Fortnite island. Now, the part of the map that we know, and I'm not saying no, I'm saying yes, I'm saying no as in KNOW, we know is going to be, is right here. Within the Ariana Grande concert, for the very first time, we saw visual proof of the cube on the Fortnite island, specifically the Chapter 2 version that we had never seen before. If we line the mothership up just about here or so, and take a look at this area, the cube, which is massive by the way, would take up all of this spot here. Whether or not it rifts onto the map and ends up here initially, or just makes its way around the map as it constantly rolls over and over and over. As we've also seen recently within the Imposters LTM, where a mini version of the cube is being controlled and constantly rolled around the map, potentially the imagined order of complete control of the cube. This area that I'm standing in right now will be flattened by a cube at some point this chapter. It is so exciting. With only a few more weeks to go, all the latest news will be covered here. Do not worry, guys. A friendly reminder, if you want to pick up the latest Allier merch and brand new back-to-school items, you can check them out right now at allier.shop, link in the description, and leave your thoughts down below as to everything I've mentioned in this video. You can click on screen here to watch even more content, so keep on watching. I'll see you over there, guys, with even more juicy Fortnite news. Man, things are getting so exciting.